That's what Ron Warskow and his son Troy are doing right now. They're trying to fire the engine. They've got them both fired up. 24 cylinders. Now that totals out to 48 spark plugs. Now here's a man that goes for a serious tune-up. When he goes for a tune-up, it's serious. Twin engine, side-by-side Allison setting in the middle. We noticed earlier we've seen tractors from time to time with the stair steps. Well, Ron runs them side by side, each one of them to an individual clutch, into a gearbox, and then a single shaft into the rear end. Ron Warskow makes his home in Iowa Falls, Iowa, and his son will also compete in this class. Troy is a very fine competitor. First year on the circuit. He's a senior in high school. Does a great job, but right now it's Dad's turn with Top Gun.
Why so many families and father and son competitors in this kind of competition, Mike?
It's kind of a situation where it's a family sport, and it's not dangerous to speak of. The tractor pulling class and the truck classes are not a dangerous type of sport. It's something the whole family gets involved in, just as some families go to the lake for a weekend out. Well, these people go tractor pulling or truck pulling for the weekend. The Top Gun machine has to thunder to a full pull. He wants to get into the pull-off situation with Art Arfon. Believe me, Ron Warskow will try. He could not keep the thing in the middle of the track. Now, he's light on the front end. He has all the weight he can put out there, and he wants to go to the left, as you can tell as he's got the tires cut. Backs out of it and settles it down. Later on, he really has to hammer it down. There's a good stout-built machine as it took that bounce on the track, lifts back up. Ron knows he's in trouble. He just wants to try to get all the footage he can out of it. It's short of a full pull, but it's a good run. Maybe a little more weight on the front end. He's been in good shape, but they cannot weigh over 7,200 pounds, and that's where Ron weighs in tonight.
And here's Ron Warskow's vehicle. Top Gun, 176 feet, 9 inches. Good for second place, but nowhere near the full pull that he needed for a pull-off with Art Arfons. This event is brought to you in part by Duraliner, the world's best-selling truck bed protector.
GMC Truck meets your challenge with special savings for holiday shoppers. Combine our $500 cashback rebate with available value option packages for great holiday savings. Savings up to $2,400 on the S15 pickup, up to $1,600 on the S15 Jimmy, up to $1,300 on the full-size Sierra pickup. Ask about value option packages available on other GMC trucks, too. Great holiday values available now from GMC Truck. It's not just a truck anymore.
America's leading consumer products rating service says one battery, Megatron 34 from Interstate, tested best. It ran circles around better-known brands and won by a mile. Megatron 34 from Interstate. Ask for it.
Speed, power, more speed. If it has a motor and goes fast, you'll see it on Speed Week. Every Friday night at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN.
Okay, listen up. Oakley here is filling in for Ball tonight.
For 3 years, Bill Oakley took orders. But tonight, he's got to stand up and take charge.
You make America work.
Here's to you, the clean, crisp taste of Beechwood-aged Budweiser. For all the guys who know it's not what you say, but what you do.
Mike, it was interesting that before the event started tonight that the fans actually had a chance to go down on the floor and take a look at these vehicles close up, get their pictures taken, and see what that was all about. And I know they didn't do that in Oakland. Is that unusual for truck pulls?
This is the first time and something brand new for the United States Hot Rod Association, called a show and shine. They open the doors up early, let everyone come down on the floor and look at the vehicles, get the feel of them. The kids especially love this. And they get up close to these vehicles. You know, they actually can sit inside the wheels of the monster truck. They can marvel at the engines. You know, it's got to run through their minds, my heavens, what does one of these things cost? And the pricing on them varies from vehicle to vehicle, but to cover it in one term, it would be expensive. But it's really a great thing, and I look for them to do this in a lot of the stadiums and a lot of future events where they open it up early and they call it a show and shine, let everyone take a look at all the exciting vehicles.
We're back at the Astrodome in Houston, Texas. John Paul Della Camera along with Mike Galloway, and our next competitor is Bill Leischner from Weldon, Illinois, who needs a full pull to force the pull-off with Art Arfons.
Bill is the current leader, and I believe he has it sewed up, of the tractor class of the United States Hot Rod Association. He will also win a new Ford truck, winning this class, if it is true that he is in the lead, and I believe he's got this one won. But he has to go out for a full pull to force Art Arfon into a pull-off. 3 aluminum Hemi head Aries motors in top. He horsepowered it. Now, but there's a man that really used all the horsepower he had with the tractor. The tractor normally would have been stopped quite a ways back down the track, but he just laid into the motors and let it sit there and grind itself out, hopefully getting a few more feet for a full pull. If he's not, he's awful close. Immediate tire speed, probably a 90-mile-an-hour tire speed on this tractor. The front end of it up in the air, good balance on it, good ride all the way through, a lot of speed. Here again, having some problems keeping the tractor in bounds, and he also had to let it down, slowed it down quite a bit. And watch him grind. Right there, the sled should have stopped him, but he just grinds on the throttle and gets another 2 foot or so. We'll get the measurement for him. He needed that full pull to force it into a pull-off with Art Arfon.
Bill Leischner of Weldon, Illinois, came close. How close? He was only 1 foot off from forcing a full pull with Art Arfons. He is in second place with 219 feet. From Iowa Falls, Iowa, is Troy Wakshka.
His father made a good pass. I believe he's currently in second place. No, moved down further than that. A good pass. Here comes Troy. Got the front end up. There's a young man that truly has had an outstanding year. He's first year as a professional touring puller and really done a great job this year.
And Troy Warsko from Iowa Falls, Iowa, comes in with a distance at 163 feet, 7 inches.
We're in the middle of the tractor competition as we get down to Richard Popham out of Floresville, Texas, with the Outlaw Windblown Chevrolets. He and his father run a dairy operation in the Floresville area, and he needs to go a full pull. Art Arfon's the only one that has made the trip tonight with the competition. Richard has watched the rest of the pullers go. He should have the track pretty well dialed in as far as what to do on weight. But one of the things that's working against him is the deterioration of the track. Each time the racers go down the track, pullers go down the track, they tear the track up. We're trying to pack it back as close to the first puller as humanly possible, but we all know that just doesn't happen all the time. The slack comes out of the chain for Richard Popham and the Outlaw out of Floresville, Texas. Here's a heavy-hitting young man. Well, the track has just played havoc on the last part of this class. The guy is not being able to get a hold of it, not able to put enough horsepower down to the track to make that full pull. A good job. Maybe another 100 on the front would have worked a little bit, as he's already got quite a bit stacked out there. But you see, right there, it gets a little high on him. It starts to drift to the left-hand side of the track. He's touching the brake to pull it around, keep it inbound, lets off of it, just bring it around and get enough traction on the front tires to jerk it around so it doesn't go out of bounds. A good run for Richard, but just couldn't put the program together for a full pull.
So the champion for tonight is Art Arfons of Akron, Ohio. He was the only one to go with a full pull in our modified tractors competition. Coming up next, we'll have the Monsters. But before we do that, let's go to Mike Galloway and a special guest to learn more about the Monster Truck Competition.
Well, we're just about ready for Monster Truck Competition, and Jim Kramer, driver of Bigfoot. Jim, what's it going to take to win this competition tonight?
It's going to be fierce here in the World Finals. I tell you, it's a heck of a course out here. The trucks are starting at the base of the first hill, accelerating over the first hill, coming up to a pyramid of cars. We're talking 12-foot high, 40-foot long, coming off the pyramid of cars, hopefully very fast or quickly, hitting the second hill, making a sharp corner either right or left, depending what track you're on, getting as straight as you can, and then barreling down the straightaway, hitting 6 cars, over 6 cars, and across the finish line. This could be very, very exciting.
Jim, what will the drivers be thinking about when they make the curve?
The curve is going to be one of the really toughest parts of the track. It's you've only got about 36 usable feet. If you stretch it out, you might be able to get 40. That's really tight for a monster truck. Drivers have to be, of course, accelerating, coming over the hill, coming to almost a complete stop, making the corner, get back on the gas, get straight, like I said, because it's very important to be straight for that last set of cars, Mike. The last set of cars are going to make you a break from here.
Well, Jim, I'm going to take you upstairs, and we're going to watch the Monster Truck competition upstairs, and we'll be back with the battle of the monster trucks in just a moment.
Send you a free stereo radio just for responding to a special offer. Find out how in a minute. First, the president of U.S. News, Fred Drasner.
What we provide is information that is useful for you, how to manage your life. I mean, if you are genuinely interested in why Madonna's hot, we're not the right magazine for you. If you're worried about practical aspects you need for life management, then we're the right magazine for you.
To subscribe, call this toll-free number now, and we'll send you this AM/FM portable stereo radio free. This high-fidelity system has twin adjustable speakers for true stereo separation. Enjoy full, rich sound wherever you go. Call now and get over 6 months of U.S. News for only 67 cents an issue. That's more than 65% off the cover price. Pay in 4 easy installments of just $4.97. Hurry, they're going fast. So call now, 1-800-228-8500.
They've got the NFL's best passing game. Super receiver Jerry Rice and the San Francisco 49ers take on the Los Angeles Rams live Sunday night right after NFL primetime on ESPN.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Houston Astrodome. I'm John Paul Della Camera, along with Mike Galloway, and also joining us, Jim Kramer, who represents Bigfoot. What we're about to talk about is the monster truck competition, so I'm going to make way and let the experts talk about it, starting with you, Mike.
I think it's going to be great competition tonight for the simple reason that we're running this pyramid of cars, and this is the first time we've seen this in a dome stadium like this. Jim, how tough is the pyramid of cars?
Well, you take the whole track, Mike, just sitting here looking over it, I'd give it a degree of difficulty about number 8 in a 10 scale. You got to start off with a jump, run about 60 feet under acceleration, hit this pyramid of cars. Cars are roughly 12 foot tall, about 40 foot long. You got to climb those cars, and the first 2 runs are going to be difficult because it's going to be hard to do. Get those cars crushed right for the subsequent runs. And once you're over that pyramid, hit the ground, run about another 60 feet, another jump. You have to charge the second jump, immediately put on the brakes, try to make either hard right or left turn, depending what track you're on. Then race down and hit these 6 cars for the ending, and you've got to hit those cars and under speed and hit them straight. If you don't, you're liable to see monster trucks careen to the left or to the right up on 2 wheels or whatever.
Now it's time for the monster competition, and we're going to take a look at Bigfoot first, and Rich Hauser will be doing the driving.
Off and running with Bigfoot. Rich charging the cars. Now here's the big tough part, over this pyramid. And he's doing it. He's got about a struck length on the Duraliner Giant over the last hill, getting some air. Here's the tough part of the course, according to Jim Kramer. He makes a tight turn, and now he's got the straightaway down the front chute with Bigfoot. He's got to line up and hit the cars on the run. He's got a big lead up in the air.